The 3DS is one of my favorite consoles or handhelds of all time. I absolutely adore this thing. I would say it's probably, alongside the Wii U, the console or handheld I'm most nostalgic for. This was my most of my upbringing, right? I came out when I was 10 years old, so pretty much my entire teen years I was playing 3DS up until the Switch. So recently, in the past year or so, since they announced the eShop closure, I have been collecting for this thing like crazy, because when this thing was in its prime, I was actually buying games digitally for the most part. So over the past couple of years now, I've really been trying to chip away and get all of the games that I want to get. There's still a lot of stuff I want in my collection, and I even may end up going for a full 3DS collection. I think that's totally within the realm of possibility for me, as I'm going for a full Wii U collection, and that's almost done. So maybe once I finish up that, I'll go for 3DS. But without further ado, we're just going to go through this. I'll try not to talk about each game too long, because I think I have like 130 games or something. This is a huge 3DS collection, and most of the games are really good. Like, I don't have much shovelware. I have some, but most of these are like first-party Nintendo titles. So without further ado, let's get into this. Here we have 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD, and I do have some special editions in some of these games. Like this one I have the special edition for. I'm going to show those at the end of the video. Here we have Andro Dunos 2. Of course, this was a Pixel Heart limited release in 2022. Pretty cool to have that little shmup there. Then we have Angry Birds Trilogy. I got this at half price. Still need to take the sticker off. Here we have The Amazing Spider-Man. This one I just got in. I didn't know this game had like a hollow cover version. Seems to be pretty expensive, although absolute pet peeve. This slipcover is terrible because they didn't do it the right side. So if I wanted to have the slipcover on my shelf, it's tall now. So it's going to have to look like this, which looks bad. Here we have Animal Crossing New Leaf, as well as Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. New Leaf it was my first Animal Crossing game, and definitely the best one I've played, having played 3 of them. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, of course, the classic. Here we have a 2-week collection from Limited Run Games, one of 2 Limited Run 3DS games, although I don't have Go Go Coca-Polo just yet. Here we have a Code Name Steam. This is a sealed copy, and a lot of these games actually are sealed because, like I said, I bought them digitally, just like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker here. And frankly, I'm just going to be honest, if it's a game I buy sealed on eBay because it's a good deal, I'm totally not above just modding my 3DS and downloading a CIA. In the case of Bravely Default here, this is sealed, although it looks like the seal's a little bit ripped. I'm not going to open this. I have no reason to, because I could just download it. But also, I like having the physical copy. Here we have a Brain Age Concentration Training. This is a recent one I picked up because I had it when I was a kid. Dead or Alive Dimensions. This game is pretty fun. I think this is the only Dead or Alive game I've actually played. Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. Couple of weird ones here. Disney Art Academy. This one's published by Nintendo. I mentioned that I might go for a full set eventually. Right now, initial goal is definitely just every game published by Nintendo, and Nintendo did happen to publish Disney Art Academy. Here we have a Big Hero 6 Battle in the Bay, as well as Disney's Wreck-It Ralph. These are alphabetized, but I do like Disney as its own category. And then certain things I'll change. Duck Dynasty, of course I needed to have that. Thanks, Activision. This one just recently went up in price. I'm glad I got it. I think I got it, for 25 bucks last year. Dragon Ball Fusions. I love Dragon Ball, if you know me. I have not played this game yet, but it looks super cool. And it's super cool to just have a game about all these fusions. Yeah, I got it for $25 at a local shop here in Tacoma. So super happy with this grab, because it's like 60 or 70 bucks now. I don't have Extreme Butoden, but I don't know. Games like that aren't necessarily my cup of tea, though. I'll definitely try to get it eventually. Here we have Dragon Quest 7, another Nintendo published game. Haven't played it, don't have 8. Definitely need to get that. 8 is much more expensive. These are both very recent pickups, and I definitely made a choice when I got these, because Atlas has all of these special editions. Almost all of their 3DS games have like this cardboard box special edition. Here we have Etrian Odyssey Untold. This box got a little damage in shipment. I got like a partial refund from the seller because it was not like this in the photos. But I don't care too much. It has a CD in there and all that. Etrian Odyssey is a series I've wanted to get into for a long time. But yeah, Atlas has all of these cardboard boxes for most of their games, or they'll have other special editions. I kind of feel like I have to get them all now, which I know, like, obviously I don't, but I want to, because these do look really nice on a shelf. And so here we have Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold. Definitely wanted to start with those when I do eventually play the series. I think Etrian Odyssey 6, would that be 6, is going to get announced this year, people are saying, so I have to check out that this year. Ever Oasis, another game people have been begging me to make a video on. And same thing with Fantasy Life. Pretty similar games back to back there, at least from what I've seen. People have also been begging me to make a game or a video on this game. Here we get into some of my favorite 3DS games. Fire Emblem Awakening. Just recently went back to this for a video, which you might see this week. I'm not too sure, but this game's awesome. As well as Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. Just kidding. This is the Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition, which has all 3 paths on one cartridge, if I can open it. That very expensive. This is my most expensive 3DS game for sure. But I'm super happy I have it. And this normally doesn't stay on the shelf. Normally it stays in like the box, so I need to pull that out. And then we have my favorite 3DS game of all time, Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia. This game just really hit, and it's weird because it was after the Switch came out when I was already kind of like over the 3DS, but this game is absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend it if you have not played it. Another recent pickup, Gardening Mama 2 Forest Friends. This game is actually pretty pricey. I got it for a really good deal. It was like 25 bucks. I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and start chipping away at those games. I've never played one of the Cookie Mama games or Gardening Mama. Here we have Harvest Moon 3D, A Tale of Two Towns. Played this game growing up. This is the last Harvest Moon game that I believe was good, wasn't it? And then it switched to Story of Seasons with those developers at Marvelous. Heroes of Ruin. This is like a Doom kind of clone from Square Enix. I played this growing up quite a bit. It was fun. Then we have a sealed copy of Hey Pikmin. I'm actually going to revisit this game later this year, I think. I'm going to play through all the Pikmin games, because I've never actually beaten 1 or 2. I've only beaten 3 in Hey Pikmin, and I remember despising this game, so I think it'd be a fun video to go back to and see if that game actually is as bad as I remember. Here we have Hyrule Warriors Legends, James Noir's Hollywood Crimes. Then we have a couple Kirby games here. Kirby Triple Deluxe, Kirby Planet Robobot. Played these for the first time last year. These games are fantastic, as well as Kirby Battle Royale. I do not have extra Epic Yarn. That game is very expensive, but I'm happy with what I got for so far. Okay, next stack. Here we have The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, as well as, of course, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Definitely has some case damage. This is my original copy from when I was 11 years old, or 10 years old, I think, when that game came out. Wow. As well as Majora's Mask 3D, of course. I don't have the special edition for that. And then Triforce Heroes, which is sealed. This game is underrated. I'm going to do a video with this soon, too, as well, I think, because Triforce Heroes, honestly, kind of pretty good. I like that game. Here we have some LEGO games. I don't have too many. LEGO City Undercover, The Chase Begins. This was my LEGO City growing up. I never played it on Wii U, but that game was a lot of fun. LEGO Movie video game, and LEGO Star Wars 3 with that nice little Goodwill tag. Is it actually in here? It is, okay. Wanted to make sure I didn't have an empty case. Here we have Little Battlers Experience. This is another Level 5 published game, or a Nintendo published game from Level 5. I got this at a local game store. I have no idea if this game is good, but this will be a fun one to check out for sure one day, as well as Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2. Luigi's Mansion on GameCube is my favorite game of all time. Fun fact. And here we are in the Mario section. So we have Mario and Luigi Dream Team, as well as Paper Jam, and the 2 remakes, Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. I definitely want to play Superstar Saga finally this year. The only Mario and Luigi game I've played, never even beaten one though, is, well, I've played a decent amount of Bowser's Inside Story, as well as Dream Team when it came out. So definitely want to get through that series finally this year. Here we have both Mario and Sonic games, London 2012 and Rio 2016. All 3 Mario Party games, Island Tour, Star Rush, and Mario Party The Top 100. Remember when this got announced and everybody was like really angry? That was funny. And a couple of other things here. Mario Golf World Tour, Mario Kart 7. And let me know, how do you sort these games in your guys' collection? Do you keep the Mario sports games together? I try to keep them together, but also I just realized Mario Kart 7's in between all these sports games, which I have all of now. Here we have, this is actually sealed on the inside. The box is cut open, but the seals, or the seal on the actual game is in there. Metroid Samus Returns Special Edition. This has that CD in it. Very happy to have this in the collection. Just posted a review on this last week, so go check out that, of course. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimates, as well as Monster Hunter Generations. Still need to get 3 Ultimate, which is the one I actually played growing up, go figure. Metroid Prime Federation Force, another game like Triforce Heroes that, well, I don't know if this game's underrated because I've never actually played it, but I'm excited to do a video on it this year now that I have that 3DS capture card. Miitopia, played this on Switch, absolutely fantastic game. Then we have Moko Friends, another game that I did a video on last year. Pretty pricey 3DS game here. No idea why. Kind of like a Mystery Dungeon RPG kind of style game. But people seem keen on that one. I got some people on my server talking about it. And of course, we have Naruto Powerful Shippuden. This is with the misspelling on the spine. Naruto Powerful Shippuden. Had to make sure I got that because I think it's a little funny. And some Nickelodeon games. SpongeBob Hero Pants, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Danger of the Ooze for that series. This was kind of a recent development, been trying to get all 3 of these, although actually all 4, because if you go to Japan, there is a different version with a different dog. I don't know if these games are actually different at all, and this is definitely like a collector thing here. But here we have Nintendo X Plus Cats Toy Poodle, and then we have Nintendo X Plus Cats French Bulldog. I know there's Golden Retriever, and then in Japan there's a Shiba Inu version, which is kind of cool. Here we have Need for Speed The Run, and then a Soul Mario game in the ends, New Super Mario Bros. 2. Another game, by the way, that I think is completely underrated. I might do a video on this because I think this game's actually one of the better NSMB games, in my opinion. Here we have Paddington Adventures in London. Another game I think gets way too much hate, Paper Mario Sticker Star. Another pair of Atlas games, Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth, as well as Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth. These are both sealed from, I think it was Video Games Plus. Last year they had them in stock. Pilot Wings Resort, of course, as well as Pinball Hall of Fame, the Williams Collection. And now we are officially in Pokemon territory, so I'm just gonna lay these out here. We have Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, and I'm sorry if there's a glare on any of these. Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun, and Moon. Then we have Ultra Sun, and that is sealed, as well as Ultra Moon, which is also sealed. So you can see it there because it's really glary. Sorry about that. Then we have into the spin-offs, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, as well as Super Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Rumble Blast, Pokemon Rumble World, that one is sealed. Then we have Pokemon Art Academy, and then I include this down here just because I don't want this one game to be separated. Detective Pikachu. This is the only 3DS Pokemon game I have not played at all, so I definitely want to check this one out. Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. This one is also sealed. I played these games a lot on DS. I played the first 3. Never played Last Spectre. I never played the 3DS games. Obviously, Azran Legacy and Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton are pretty expensive games. Puzzles and Dragons Z versus plus Puzzles and Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition. This is another game I got from that same shop as the Dragon Ball Fusions for very cheap. This was sealed though for I think for $15. So definitely a steal there. Definitely going through this faster than I thought we would. Here we have Tales of the Abyss, Terraria for 3DS. This is another recent pickup. Tetris Ultimate, of course, need to get that Tetris Access as that is published by Nintendo. Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy Curtain Call. Need to get the first game. I absolutely cannot wait for Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line next month. I'm so excited for that game on Switch. If you don't know, they're like Final Fantasy Rhythm games. We have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. Definitely one I've heard a lot about. Like, this is one you don't think would be that good, but I've heard it's like a serious little hidden gem here. Like a tactics game on 3DS. Very cool. Another one of my favorite 3DS games, Tomodachi Life. This game is so much fun. I realize now we're going fast because I accidentally started doing T's before I did R or S, which is a huge stack. Here we have Rabbids Travel in Time 3D, as well as Rayman 3D. This was my very first 3DS game. I love this game growing up. Even that Rabbids game I played a lot growing up, the Rabbids Travel in Time. Here we have Resident Evil Revelations on 3DS. This is, of course, the misprint, once again, like the Naruto one. Revelations. Classic Capcom moment right there. Another recent pickup, Rodea the Sky Soldier with the soundtrack in this sealed box here. Pretty cool to have that on 3DS. And then 2 Scribblenauts games, Scribblenauts Unlimited and Scribblenauts Unmasked. Another half-price books pickup right there. Weird limited run release last year. Simmering Kagura Deep Crimson. I don't know why they've re-released this. I guess they just got old inventory or something, but pretty cool to have this on 3DS. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. This one's pretty expensive, so super happy to have the only Shantae game that's got a physical 3DS release. I wish Limited Run got started on Shantae before the 3DS was kind of sunsetting, because they totally would have done every Shantae game. Here we have Shinobi. This is the hollow foil cover. Super cool. Shovel Knight, another cool kind of more pricey 3DS game. Not super expensive, but definitely going up there in value. Couple of Skylanders games. Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, as well as Skylanders Trap Team. Snoopy's Grand Adventure. Into the Sonics. I only have Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, as well as Sonic Boom of Fire and Ice. I don't have Generations or Lost World yet. Definitely need to get those. A very dirty copy of Spirit Camera, the Cursed Memoir. I couldn't tell in the photos when I bought this just how in bad condition it was, but I mean, it's bad. I just need to replace the case. I think it'll be mostly fine, but this thing is very, very gross. Star Fox 64 3D, Steel Diver, another 3DS launch title right there. Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS, Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Here we have a Super Street Fighter 4 3D edition with the hollow foil kind of slip cover here. Cool to have this in the collection. Picked this up at PAX last year. And a Sushi Striker, The Way of Sushido, another sealed game right here. Okay, now we can go back to the T's with the Transformer Rise of the Darkspark. Sorry about that little mix-up there. That was not too big of a deal. Ultimate NES Remix. Here we have Virtue's Last Reward. Need to get Zero Escape. I loved 999 on DS back when I was younger. Never played this one, though. I think I've heard this is the best one, so I definitely need to do that sometime soon. Here we have a sealed copy of WarioWare Gold. I got this from Amazon like 2 years ago when they were kind of just getting rid of them for like, I want to say like $11. So super happy to have this one. This one's going up in price, and this is definitely, I would say it's probably the best WarioWare game, having not played Smooth Moves. Here we have Yokai Watch. This was a Five Below pickup back in the day, sealed. Currently playing through this, And I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to do a video finally playing Yokai Watch, because if you were following me last year, Yokai Watch was kind of like the topic of the main topic of discussion, because these games ended up going up in price so much. Here, there's Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits, as well as Yokai Watch 2 Fleshy Soul, and all of these are sealed. And then the final Yokai Watch game I have, which is also sealed, is Yokai Watch 3, which is a very expensive game. Now, I'm missing Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Spectres, and I'm missing both Blasters games. Those games are so expensive. Psychic Spectres is a little bit more reasonable, but those Blasters games are way too expensive. If you ever see a good deal on those, at me on Twitter or on my Discord or something, because I would not mind. And then finally, for the regular run of Nintendo 3DS games, Yoshi's New Island. I accidentally bought a Canadian copy, but doesn't really matter because this game is poopy. Okay, now before we get to the bigger box games, I do have a couple of imports, starting off with Kokoto Magic Circus is the Wii U game that I spent a lot of money on. Kokoto Alien Brick Breaker for 3DS. This is from Europe. Interesting thing about this, I thought for sure when I bought it, it was like $7. Like, it was super cheap. I thought there'd be a case in here, but no, it's actually just the cartridge in that little sleeve in there. So I don't know what's up with that. There is, I saw on eBay, a version of this that has like a 3DS case, so I guess I'll have to get that now if I really want to. Although, if I go for a full 3DS set, I definitely don't think I'm going to commit to every region, because that would be way too much. Japan for 3DS is absolutely crazy. But I do have some Japanese 3DS games. Here we have One Piece Unlimited Cruise SP. I bought this. I didn't realize it got a European release, because I would absolutely prefer to get it there, because that would have English, but not a huge deal. Don't know what that is. Cute kawaii puzzle game, Japanese. Obviously, I can't read these. I don't know Japanese. Here we have a Toriko game for 3DS. Of course, Toriko, the popular manga from back in the day. And then we have this Battle for Money game. I thought this looked really weird. Some of these Japanese 3DS games look so weird that I just can't help but buy them out of curiosity. And I want to do videos on all of these, of course. And then this is the one that made me even make that Japanese purchase, because they were all from the same seller on eBay. I can't remember the name of this, but it's like these weird human Pikmin, and they I don't even know, man. This game looks weird. There's like 4 of them on 3DS too, so I'm definitely excited to check this out. I think it's just like a bug-catching encyclopedia game, but look at this guy. Look at that udder on his head. What the hell, man? And one last thing before we get to the big box games, you might have been wondering, oh, but where's your new 3DS games? I do have a full collection of those now. Very happy about that. Here we have Fire Emblem Warriors, Minecraft for new Nintendo 3DS, Rumbo Pocket Edition. This is the last one I was missing. I got it on Amazon, sealed, so pretty happy with this. And then, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. So there's only 4 physical new 3DS games, but definitely happy to have all of these in the collection. And now we can finally get to my special editions and big boxes. So starting off, we have the Coldstep Revolt Special Edition. This was an NIS America game that I don't know if Nintendo published this or what. They definitely involved with it in some capacity. I've never played this game, but I thought this was pretty cool. Is that the girl from Coda Princess? I swear that's the girl from Coda Princess, another game I do want to get. But yeah, this is pretty cool to have. And I wish it said 3DS anywhere other than just the bottom. I hate, NIS America does this a lot with their special editions, where it won't say it up here, and it just bugs me a lot. I don't know why they do that. And these are in no particular order, obviously. Chibi Robo Ziplash, another 3DS game that I think gets a little bit too much hate. It's not great or anything, but it's completely inoffensive in my opinion. These are a little bit smaller, but they just weren't with the rest of my games. Here we have Fragrant Story. This game caused quite a bit of controversy last year, didn't it? If you were part of the 3DS hype back in, I want to say March of 2022. Yeah, this game it's like 10 minutes. But I don't know if I would call it a scam. It is still a physical game. I have my 3DS collection, which is cool in of itself, but it's definitely collector bait. I won't deny that. And I think the developer was promising updates to it. I don't really see that happening, so I don't know. But certainly cool to have this in my collection, I guess. Kid Icarus Uprising, you thought I didn't have it, didn't you? You thought I missed out on probably what is actually the best 3DS game. I think this is the game that's typically at the top of people's lists, right? This game's fantastic. As a left-handed person, though, it's a little bit harder to play. Got to use that stand, of course, which is why I have this big box version. Very happy to have this. I want to play this again soon, because I haven't played it since 2012, I guess. Wow, I'm old. I feel old, anyway. Here we have the Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth big box. This has a case inside of it. It has the tarot cards. Not going to open it up here. It's funny. So my mom got me this for Christmas in 2016, I think. It was super cheap. She just saw a deal for it, and she was like, do you want this? And I was like, sure. At some point, I sold it and ended up rebuying it from that Canadian retailer last year. And then I saw a really good deal for this that had the used copy, so I just sold the used copy. But either way, happy to have this big box in my collection. Throwing it back to Fragrant Story, kind of forgot I actually bought this. This is the collector's edition for that game. It looks cool. The box looks cool. I'll definitely give it that. It certainly feels like a cheap material, but you know what? I own it. Just a few more here. Here we have 7th Dragon 3 Code of VFD. As I mentioned, I do have the special edition for this game. Another one of my all-time favorite 3DS games, Shin Megami Tensei 4. I still need to play Apocalypse. This is actually a sealed copy of the special edition. So, yeah, this game's freaking awesome. If you have not played a Shin Megami Tensei game, I highly recommend you play this. I haven't played 5 yet. I know I'm like a fake fan, but this game, when I played it back in like 2015, just an awesome experience on 3DS. Here we have the big box for the Tui collection that I showed earlier. It doesn't even fit on screen. Don't support this company. Absolute scam artists. But you know, nowadays with their Kickstarter for this game on Switch, but Mutant Mudds and Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, I have a very soft spot for in my collection. This was before all the scam crap came out. Definitely do not support them. 3 more things here. This is the Skylander Spyro's Adventure big box. Obviously, does not fit on camera, but this has everything in there. It's missing the cable for that I bought it from, so that's not a huge deal. It's just a mini USB, but excited to play this on 3DS. And 2 games I already showed, but here are the big boxes. Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. Like I said, favorite 3DS game. Absolutely in love with Celica. And Alms, he's alright too, you know? But yeah, I had to have this in the collection. Very happy too. Has that art book, has a CD, and has those little, are they pins? Yeah, they're pins. Those are super cool. And then, of course, the final thing in my Nintendo 3DS collection is the Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition. This thing's selling for like $700, $800, I think now. I don't even know. I have a protector on it. But yeah, this game is, well, it's definitely my least favorite Fire Emblem on 3DS. That's for sure. But regardless, super happy to have this in the collection because I do want to eventually. I've only played Birthright. I need to go back and play Conquest and Revelation. So super excited to do that. So there you guys have it. That is my full Nintendo 3DS collection as of January 2023. I'm hoping by the end of this year, I've really kind of narrowed down everything I want to get. I do want to get every Atlas game. I do want to get the rest of the Nintendo published games I'm missing. There's a few obvious things like Style Savvy and I've gotten most games I actually really care about. It's just those Atlas games now. The rest of the SMT games, the rest of the Etrian Odyssey games. I have Celaglow coming in the mail right now, so that's exciting. But for the most part, I'm very content with where my 3DS collection is at. Now it's just trying the new stuff I never got around to. So that's going to be very exciting. Of course, subscribe here for more 3DS coverage. I think I'm probably one of the only people seriously covering this console in 2023, so that's, I don't know, that's kind of cool. I do have a 3DS capture card now, so I can capture gameplay and edit that into reviews. So, yeah, definitely subscribe here for all your 3DS news and updates and other type of coverage. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Let me know, what is your 3DS collection looking like? Are there any games you're still missing that you want to get? Let me know that down in the comments below. And until next time, folks, bye-bye.